Hey everybody. Hey Bane, how you doing tonight, buddy? I forgot how much I love this soundtrack. Yeah, I gained a new follower yesterday while I was watching another stream. Which just kind of happened. It's cool. For some reason, as I started the feed up, the screen was really out of proportion. Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, the sequel to Ocarina of Time. This is the third sequel in the Zelda series, because Zelda 2 is a sequel to the original Legend of Zelda, and at the time, Link's Awakening was a sequel to... Link's Awakening was a sequel to... Link to the Past. I could not think of the name then. Well, don't worry, this won't be a 24-hour stream, so it's not going to be happening. I haven't played that far there. In the land of Hyrule, there echoes a legend. Hope you read that fast. A boy who, after battling evil and saving Hyrule, crept away from the land and that had made him a legend. Done with the battle he once waged across time, he embarked on a journey, a secret and personal journey. A journey in search of a beloved and valuable friend. A friend with whom he parted ways when he finally fulfilled his heroic destiny and took his place among legends. Now that, based on the ending of Ocarina of Time, and that noise there, it's heavily implied the friend he's looking for is Navi. And there's a bunch of theories we can get into about what this game is. There's the Link is dead theory, which I don't really subscribe to, but based on something that happens in Twilight Princess, we know what happens after this adventure, but that's for after this adventure. So we're actually playing this directly off the Nintendo 64. Try to read 1.5 times speed. I'm trying to read it before it disappears. Let me see, is this? So if you remember when we finished Ocarina of Time, we were a child again. And like I say, this is a direct sequel. Can I fit this to the screen? There we go. Gee, there's just an option for it. Yeah, at the end of Ocarina of Time, we were a child again after our quest. And I remember when this game came out, this game was so weird. It was like the only Zelda games I played up to this point were Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time. And then this game came out. And this game required the expansion pack. Hello. I'd like my things back now. Yeah! Yeah, we're playing this directly off the Nintendo 64, largely because of exactly how frustrated I was getting during when we played Ocarina of Time. An analog stick does not map well to the C buttons. Plus, it is really easier to control than Nintendo 64 analog stick. I'm not actually using a Nintendo branded Nintendo 64 controller. I'm using the Retro Fighters controller that I got through Retro Fighters Kickstarter, the Brawler 64 pad, which I do recommend. And do you mean which do I prefer or which game we're playing? Because I have several things to give away which one we're playing. And so, since this is this Link's second adventure, Link is more experienced and can do flips. That was so cool when I was like 10 years old. When did this game come out? Like 99? Majora's Mask is arguably my favourite Zelda game, but it does a lot of weird stuff and it's very different from your traditional Zelda game. I mean, I know you're not really big on Zelda, you've not really played many of them, but hopefully you've seen what a traditional Zelda game is very much like, as we've been through both A Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time, and this game is very different. I think the best of the 3D Zeldas is Wind Waker, but Majora's Mask is my personal favourite. If you were going to ask me which was better out of Ocarina and Majora, I couldn't tell you because Majora is just so different. Majora's Mask is commonly considered the darkest of the Zelda games, and there is good reason for that. And we're going to get into that, because you know what, I want to do a full playthrough of this. I know we were doing Horrorween, but since I've started the channel back up, we got back with the LPs. The LPs are going to be the dedicated Horrorween right now. And based on the trouble we had on Tuesday and the lack of interest I was really experiencing, I'm like, okay, what can I actually play? It's been a while since we did Ocarina. I've really been in the mood to play another Zelda game. Let's go on to the next game in the series. And then hopefully get to Wind Waker sometime this year. I say that I'm probably not going to get to Wind Waker this year. I love Wind Waker though. So yeah, while this would look better on the Wait a minute, is the brightness still turned up? Check this. Because we're playing Dreamcast, so I'd turn the brightness up. That might be why it's looking washed out. Yeah, the brightness is still up. Let's see. 10, 0. Yeah, that's better. I don't know why. The VGA cable, the HDMI, the VGA to HDMI converter I've got darkens the Dreamcast display for some reason. Not sure why. Yeah, visually this is looking rougher than when we did Ocarina of Time, but we did Ocarina of Time on the Wii U Virtual Console. We're doing this straight off the Nintendo 64 just because it's more comfortable. I will say I wasn't particularly fond of Majora's Mask 3D. Like, if you remember when we went through Ocarina of Time, I may have said at some point Ocarina of Time 3D is a really good way to play that game. This game, I don't like Majora's Mask 3D. They changed up a bunch of stuff. I know I didn't actually want to say anything when you mentioned that. That's why I was very kind of quiet on the subject. Like, you may have noticed, like, you brought up the suffering, and I said a little bit about it, and then didn't really say much. I don't want to spoil that we're bringing it up. Like, particularly with Horrorween as an idea, I wanted to go back into the LPs and do some stuff for Horrorween. So we've ended up with RE2 and the Suffering. The Suffering was actually mostly chance. Because when you save the game in the Suffering, it would say exactly what the date was, the time and the date was when you do it. And the date I recorded the first session of the Suffering was back in August. And I didn't think much of it, but I went through it for editing to see if there was anything I could really use for Horrorween. And I was like, oh, you know, maybe I was actually being overly harsh on myself. It's not bad. It's fine stuff. Deku nuts? Deku nuts. So Majora's Mask is very different from Ocarina. For one, immediately with this, we played as Link for like 2 minutes, if that. So we have these flowers. These are Deku flowers, and Deku Link can dive into them and jump out like this. And this is a nice little tutorial area to get used to the idea. Like the last room had a Deku flower with nothing really going on. If you failed, there was no real penalty beyond time waste. This is a little trickier, but it's still pretty simple to do. And like, in particular, I suppose one of the reasons I really do love Majora's Mask is it has so much personality. Tato, who replaces Navi in this game, has a lot of personality herself. She has a bunch of character growth in place of Link. Strange, but the way you look at this... It's strange, but the way you look right now sort of looks like this tree. It looks all dark and gloomy, almost like it could start crying any second now. How sad. Alright, and that's it. You have to use the expansion pack. You can't play this game without it. It's like, the only time I took the expansion pack out, like years, was when we did Resident Evil 2 on the stream for Nintendo 64, and that was only because of the way the resolution works on it. The resolution changes in Resident Evil 2 on Nintendo 64 if you have the expansion pack in there. It changes dynamically from screen to screen, which is a problem for the capture card. The capture card will keep restarting and trying to recapture it. So I took it out so we could get a standard view of that without the resolution changing all the damn time. but with this you have to use it. I think there are 3 games on the Nintendo 64 that actually demand the expansion pack. There's Donkey Kong 64 and there's Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark you can play without the expansion pack, but you can't play the mission, you can't play the main game or multiplayer. You can play 1 match, I think, and that's about it. Soundtrack, that is, for some reason, the main line of the game. I don't think it's ever said again, but that is like the line that is used to describe this game. And it fits. You could say that to so many people in this game. The Happy Mask Salesman actually has a couple of Easter eggs on his back, like there's a Mario mask. That mask right at the front there is actually the design on the mirror shield in this game. The Happy Mask Salesman is one of, I think, 5 characters in this game that are actually in Ocarina of Time. There's the Happy Mask Salesman, there's Link, there is Epona, there is Zelda appears in a flashback, and Skull Kid is actually in Ocarina of Time. Oh, it gets worse. I don't think we did anything with the Happy Mask Salesman in Ocarina. That's probably going to be something for the Let's Play when I get around to it. I want to do Link to the Past for the channel soon so we can get started with the series. Okay, so we have 3 days to get his mask back from the get around the back. So there's a Mario mask. Wait a minute. Oh, this is set to switch. I'm going to change that. Oh, we have 3 days to get his mask back. And if we recover what was taken from us, he'll be able to help us return us to our normal form. One thing I love about the Clock Town theme is this theme has 3 different versions that play depending on which day it is. There are 3 days, and there's 3 different versions that play on each day. Yes, Termina Bay, which is actually the Great Bay. And for some reason, the most common track they used on that stage was Saria's song. We'll get to Great Bay, but we're not going to get there in this section. Great Bay is the 3rd area we go to. There we go, there's the fairy one. Hear my plea. The masked Skull Kid has broken me apart and scattered my pieces. Please find a way to return me to the fairy mountain on Clock Town. Well, I guess I'll this is going to end up being an all-mask playthrough. Because if you're not going for all the masks, you should, what you should be doing is a low percentage run. And I'm not going to do a low percentage run, so we're going after all the masks. Yeah, Donkey Kong 64, I have mentioned this before on the stream. Donkey Kong 64, yes, did have some sort of bug they discovered in testing that was the only way that they found to fix that was to put in the expansion pack. And they've put in a little code. They're putting some code in start of Donkey Kong 64 that essentially checks the expansion pack so you can't play it without. It has been something I've wondered for whether or not if you started, if you were able to work around that. If you were able to work around that in Donkey Kong 64, could you play the game up until that game-breaking bug? This is Tingle. This is Tingle's introduction. We're probably not going to go after all the heart pieces actually in this game. Maybe for the Let's Play, but since this is like an off-the-cuff stream, no. So with Tingle, Tingle sells you your maps for the region. You don't have the map to the entire world. Tingle tells you maps. And the maps are cheaper if you buy the map for the place you are currently in. I love a lot of the designs in this game. Egg Link's okay. I love the way Goron Link looks, and I love Zora Link's appearance. But more than that, I love the way they play and change the game. Okay, so we'll take another look at this. Clocktown is 5 rupees. The Woodfall map is 40, but if we go to Woodfall and buy the map there, it'll be 20. And we don't need the map yet anyway. So what we're going to do is we are going to head in here and sort the Great Fairy. If you know what you're doing, you can have everything you need to do here done in a single cycle, less than a single day. And at that point, all you can do really is wait for the end of the third day. But there's a couple of things we can do to pass some time. Tattle, you young one of altered shape. Thank you for returning my broken and shattered body to normal. I am the Great Fairy of Magic. I thought that with the masked child was helping me, and I grew careless. Yes, there are masks you obtain as part of a side quest. They don't actually have any effect. They will... Some people say different things based on what mask you're wearing. And the Mask of Truth lets you talk to Gossip Stones, which will let you find out some interesting little rumours. That's about it. I think the Mask of Truth is required for a heart piece, maybe, I'm not sure. But overall, they have no real use. In this game, every mask has a purpose, although some of the purposes are just to get a piece of heart. There is one exception. The Circus Leader's mask never has a relevant use. There is a use for it. It'll make one side quest easier. But to get the mask, you have to have completed that side quest already. Yep. So now we talk to this kid. Hello. But yeah, as I've said before though, I'm not fond of a lot of the stuff Majora's Mask 3D does. There's a really good video on YouTube that will describe all my problems with it. There's a bunch of gameplay changes that really don't work, and it's not really good for a few reasons. There you go. And when you compare it with the Ocarina 3D remake, which stayed as true as possible to the original game, to the point of if a glitch wasn't game-breaking in the original game, it's in Ocarina 3D. Meanwhile, with Majora's Mask 3D, they changed a lot of stuff. For one, let's see, we get this kid off there without actually. There you go. Once we get to the swamp, there's lily pads. There's lily pads there, and you have to bounce along the wall to occasionally. In fact, I can show you the example actually once we get this last kid. They nerfed Deku's speed that he gets from spinning. You know what, give me a minute, I want to look up what that channel was. Here we go, Neryl. It's a channel called Neryl. The video is called Was Majora's Mask 3D a Bad Remake? And it makes a lot of really good points and possible explanations for why things were changed in Majora's Mask 3D when nothing was really changed in Ocarina 3D. And why those changes are actually for the worse. So, I remember the very first time I did this game, these guys give you a code, and the code is the numbers on their backs, the way they're lined up. Okay? Now, in my very first playthrough, the code was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I've never had it be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. The code's actually optional. Not optional, it's randomised. 5, 3, 4, 1, 2. We're going to give it to the kid before I forget it. Also write it down so I don't forget. I want to use that again later without actually having to redo the Bombers game to get the code again. But for now, we're going to go and do an optional game that we can do right now for a piece of heart. Now, one of the interesting things about Majora's Mask, and one thing that does lead it to get some animosity, is there's only 4 dungeons in this game. Let's get a look at the map. That's all we have for the map. There's a dungeon, we'll go south, north, west, east. 4 dungeons, each of the compass points. And that means 4 heart containers, so you end up, if you don't get any pieces of heart, you get to the end of the game and go to the final boss with 7 heart containers. Okay, so what we want to do is beat this game. Okay, I have to get all the rupees faster than a minute 50. Better idea would have been to go for the guy on the left. God, I'm gonna make this. Let me try it again. Alright, get out of the way. of Time. Time is constantly moving in this game. It doesn't stop regardless of where you are. That was it. Under 115. So there's actually 3 separate games here, 1 on each deck. If you beat all 3 games in one cycle, you get a heartbeat. And there's another shop in town that has a similar idea. It does 3 games, a different one on each day. And if you beat all 3 in one cycle, you get a heartbeat. We are gonna be going after all the masks, like I said. But yeah, here we go. So generally, the way anybody who's played this game will go at the water, because Deku Link bounces off the water like a skipping stone. When you first play this game, you'll probably do it like this. But once you've got some experience, you'll probably spin just before you enter the water. Okay, with a good spin. Because it gives you a big speed boost as you enter. They nerfed that in Majora's Mask 3D for some reason. Yeah, it does still back up. Inverted aim. And that's one of the changes for the worse in Majora's Mask 3D, because there's no real reason to remove the speed boost. And it makes a lot of the lily pad jumping in the swamp a lot trickier for no real reason. Of course, there's the changes to the bosses as well. Every boss in Majora's Mask 3D shares a thematic element of a giant eye. It's not an element they had in the original. And if it was just a thematic element, that'd be fine. But no, it's a weak point you now have to hit on every boss in the remake. Which changes up how basically every fight works, and it makes most of them worse. Georg is worse. God, that's what it is. God is worse, Georg is worse, and Twin Mold is definitely worse. Odwalla, it's really up for debate whether it's any better or worse. So there's Skull Kid on top of the clock tower. So once we get the moons to, we've basically done everything we need to do in this first 3-day cycle. An interesting challenge run to give yourself with Majora's Mask is to try, once you've done the first cycle, which you have to do as a standard cycle, to try and then finish the game in the second cycle. We're gonna... Yeah, we'll talk to the Scarecrow. So one thing with Majora's Mask is almost every character model is taken from Ocarina of Time. The Scarecrow, I don't know if we showed them off in the Ocarina of Time stream, but the Scarecrow is... There's 2 Scarecrows in Lake Hylia. The old man in the observatory is one of the guys wanders around Hyrule Castletown when you're a child, and when you're an adult, he wanders Kakariko next to the Skulltula house. I hear these pots are exploding. But yeah, one thing I do really like about Majora's Mask, because of its 3-day cycle, it means everybody has a schedule. It gives a good reason why people are always doing the same thing all the time, because to them it's the first time they've done it, it's the same 3 days, it is what they were going to do on anyway. There are some exceptions where, with your intervention, they'll do something different, which is pretty interesting. Day 2 is always raining. The bomber kids are the kid who was roaming the graveyard during the day in Ocarina. But yeah, with it being day 2, let's go and do the second of the day 2. And also put this on a C button. Let me get a look at this. Either of them will do then. Let's play a game. So this one is probably the trickiest of the 3 games they have you do. What's the record? 1 minute 15. Alright. You know what? Going from this side to that, get it while it's going vertically. So you constantly lower the flowers, but if you don't actually move forward, you won't actually start running the timer out on the flowers. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Benny. Let me just turn the volume down. Hopefully that's better for you. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Okay, so that's 2 days. Might as well just drop the moon tier off, and is there anything else we can do? We could try the treasure house game. Oh, Rob, Majora's Mask is probably my favourite Zelda game. I've had this since I was a kid. I've done this so many times. Let's visit the bank first and get that started. Because you can't trust the banks. If you deposit 200 rupees, I'll give you an item and you won't have to deposit so many rupees. Right, let's go. Drop off the moons here, and then I think we will go for the get that piece of heart and check out the treasure house. I think the carnival will be beginning this time, buddy. So this is actually the beginning of Majora's Mask's trading quest, which, yeah, by this point, this is like the third trading quest in the series. Link's Awakening had one, Ocarina had one, we got you the big orange sword at the end, and then there's this, and you get, you get 4 pieces of heart for doing this trading quest, but you can't finish it until you gain access to Ocarina Valley. Have fun storming the castle. Grab that heart piece. The gold Deku flowers shoot up far higher than the standard ones. Yep. Now let's go. Treasure house. There's 4 different games here. Depends on what form you're taking. And each one is charged a different amount. This woman was the woman who ran the bombshell shop in Ocarina. 7 rupees. I think Standard Link pays 20. Zora Link might pay 30, and Goron Link might pay 5. She really likes Goron Link, if I remember rightly. Alright, so it's as simple as getting to that chest. Oh wow, I cannot believe that worked out so well the first time. He was only a Deku Nut. What a waste. Yeah, no, I'm not paying 10 rupees for some Deku Nuts. What was that, like 10? Yeah, it was 10 Deku Nuts. What a rip-off. Oh, one of the easiest times I've ever had with the game, and it gave me Deku Nuts. Is there anything else we can do? No, I don't really think so. Let's head back to the Scarecrow and head to the 3rd day. There's actually another Scarecrow, I just realised. Go for Giant Skulltula. Okay, let's dance. Put on your red shoes and dance the blues. Okay, and now I want to dance again till dawn on the final day. And we'll go and do the last of the Deku Scrub games, and then we'll just wait for midnight. And then we can get this game started properly. No. No. No, nothing there. There's treasure down there, but we can't get it as Deku Link. I really love how frantic the Clock Town theme becomes during the third day. And there is a reason for it. It's because of that. And the moon does actually get incrementally closer constantly. I think somebody actually did watch it for all 3 days without taking their eyes off it, and it is constantly moving closer. It doesn't just stay where it is and then move closer as the time when you hit night. What is the word I'm looking for? When you hit the day to night transitions. Okay, so I want this one. Okay, what's the record for today? One minute 16. Alright. Let's do this. So I think this one's easier than the second day. The up and downs are nowhere near as hard as the horizontal movers. Really done with being in position before that came round. Okay, go. So all 3 days. Oh, you know what? There is actually something else we can do. We can get another piece of heart. And I don't know if we actually will be able to do it. Because we're on the third day. Let me see. Let me go see if I can do this. So dogs hate vacuuming for some reason. Not entirely sure why. Curiosity shop. This is the shop I'm after. And here we go. So you can't actually dance the time away after night of the third day. Scarecrow just leaves. Okay, now in the Stockpot Inn, around midnight, a hand will come out of the toilet asking for paper. And I don't remember if he'll do it on the third night. Although there is actually something we can grab over there. But while I remember, I should put these 40 rupees away. I don't have anything else to do with them. Hello. Wait a minute. I'm still down as blind playthrough, that's not right. I didn't even realise. Good work, me. Okay, so let's get over there. You can just barely make this. We got time. We've got time to waste anyway, because we can't actually progress until 12 PM. You can do it, but it's very, very tight. I pretty much gotta make a beeline straight there. Trying to actually get the angle right as you come out is really tricky. We've probably got time for one more try. If not, I'll see about grabbing this when I get the hook shot. I feel like this is actually just money. Yeah, alright. Desktop is turned. Desktop sound capture is off. So I want to head into the back here. There we go. Hello. Oh! Yay! So no idea who this guy is. It's actually some sort of Japanese folklore thing. Okay, and let me turn the game sound down some more. That'll do. I get a piece of heart. So that's 3 pieces of heart. Did a door open up here? There's not supposed to be anybody here right now. So rupee, I'll go put that in the bank before we go. No, there isn't anybody here. There's not supposed to be, so what's that door right now? You know what it probably was? It was, because I was listening to the Twitch feed rather than the actual game itself, so what I probably heard was the time delay on me actually going through the door. Okay, let me go deposit this in the bank because this will be important. This will mean we can grab the adult wallet basically immediately. Okay, 198 rupees, all we need is 2 more, we can get the adult wallet. But for now, let's go and deal with this. Yeah, thanks. Don't stop now as I stop you while I talk to you. I really like Majora's theme here. Swamp, mountain, ocean, canyon. Hurry, the 4 who are there, bring them here. Yeah, I'll get back to you in a few cycles. Yep, there's a big moon. It's got an angry face. You know, speaking of Majora's Mask 3D, that was loud. Speaking of Majora's Mask 3D, one thing design-wise I'm not fond of is design-wise, one thing I'm not fond of is the way the moon looks in the 3DS version. And it's not even because of the graphical upgrade, because like they brought Termina Bay back as a stage in Smash Ultimate, and the moon still appears in the background of that, and it gets closer and closer during the fight. And that looks great. It looks like the moon in this, just, you know, higher quality. But they changed the design of it in Majora's Mask 3D, and it looks weird and wrong. He doesn't look angry anymore. It looks kind of like less grr, more yeah. And the Song of Time. And one thing I do like to do, which I brought up during the Ocarina of Time stream, is when you will first learn a song, play the song at the proper speed. After that, I will generally just play the song as fast as I can to get it done. And that's the only time we'll see Zelda in this game. Just equip the ocarina. And this is actually the first time you can save, because Majora's Mask has a strange save system. There are actually owl statues throughout the world that you can hit with the Kokiri sword and then do a temporary quick save at. In the original Japanese version, you couldn't save at them. You would only be able to save whenever you went back in time. 3 days ago. Interesting thing with Majora's Mask, with every form you take, your ocarina takes a different appearance as well, which is weird. But it's cool. It's cool. Okay, that wasn't a notification I needed. And then people played the Song of Healing in reverse and made so much creepypasta out of it. Goodbye. Goodbye. Yeah, I don't have it. about that. Ah! Okay. Okay, it said evil and wicked power bestowed upon the one who wears that mask. According to legend. Troubles caused by Majora's mask were so great. The ancient ones fearing such catastrophe sealed the mask in shadow forever, preventing its misuse. And then, what did you do? You went to great lengths to get the mask. Yeah. We sealed the mask away so it couldn't be used to destroy the world because it's evil and will possess anybody who wears it. I really wanted to get it. Okay. Alright, well, I'm gonna leave you. Okay, so there are the 4 directions in Termina. We can't go north because there's ice blocking the way. We can't go west because there's a fence blocking the way. We can't go east because there's a fence blocking the way, and then there's a cliff blocking the way, and then there's a river blocking the way. So we have to head south to the swamp. But before we do that, there is actually a few things I want to do. Put the mask on. Let's go see the Great Fairy again. North platform. Oh yeah, I want to hit this, the owl statue. Now we can do quick saves. Reminds me, I also want to do the bomber's passcode again. Good thing I wrote that down, otherwise it's completely forgot. Hello. You know, I feel like she said she'd do something for us if we brought, if we came back to her. Oh yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. You come back to her after you gain the Deku mask and you get the Great Fairy mask. So that's the first mask we've got. Let's see, what other masks can we get? We get Cafe's mask now. I want to get the Bremen mask. Piece of heart up there. Can we get that yet, or do we need the bunny hood? Need more of a run up than that. Okay, that's about as much of a run up we're gonna get. There we go. New heart container, yeah. So, as soon as you become regular Link again, there's actually a bunch of stuff you can start doing. That we're gonna start doing. 5, 3, 4, 1, 2. One thing I'm going to say about Smash Ultimate, I was really happy they brought Young Link back. Well, I was a little disappointed. Skulltula. A little disappointed that they brought Young Link back as... I need bombs, I forgot about that. I was a little disappointed that they brought Young Link back as Ocarina Link. I was really hoping they'd just do Majora's Mask Link. Just so all the Zelda characters would be from different games. Because you've got regular Link is from Breath of the Wild there, Ganondorf is Ocarina, Zelda is Link Between Worlds, and now this guy pops up. Hey Professor Snape, how you doing, buddy? Who else is there? Toon Link is from Wind Waker. Sheik is from Ocarina of Time, but she has a different design in Smash Ultimate. So now the code's actually in the notebook. Young Link is Ocarina of Time. I was really hoping that Young Link would be Majora's Mask Link, but it's not. So let's take a look at the Bomber's Notebook. Okay. And so this is how it all works, gives you the time. The red stamp on the end means that this character has been fully dealt with. That's their side quest done. And there's 20 people. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and he's 20. So really, we've got 19 side quests for the entire game. Wait a minute. Does it change resolution when it does that? The way the screen's jumping, I think it's changing resolution when we go in there. I did not know that. Huh. Alright, so I want to go and see the mayor's wife. Hello. I'm here to find your son. Yes, I can. Get the cafe mask. Now, the cafe side quest is the longest side quest in the game. We can do most of it now. We can't finish it now, but we can do most of it now. And considering you have to do the side quest twice to get all the rewards for it, we're going to do most of it now. And then we'll do it again later. Want to go into Stockporting after 2 o'clock. In the meantime, there's a chest up here which contains a silver rupee. That's 100 rupees. This chest, every chest like this will respawn whenever you restart the cycle. So you can come up here at the start of every cycle to get 100 rupees. Saved up over 200 rupees. We get the adult's wallet. Okay, so I want to go into Stockpotting after 2. And then we're going to have something to do at 11 p.m. And then we're going to have somewhere to be at 12, or around about between 12 and 1-ish. There is one thing I'll give credit to Majora's Mask 3D for, it's that the Song of Double Time lets you choose which hour to go to, whereas in the original, you use the Song of Double Time to go to the next half of a day. It can only take you to 6 a.m. or 6 a.m. or 6 p.m. So because I don't think we have anything else to do right now, we're just going to wait for a bit. So if anybody's got any interest in banter, now's the time. Shouldn't be long. Postman should come around 2. There's Anju. She was the cuckoo lady in Ocarina. Oh, there we go. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Okay, so actually, if we go over there, we can actually listen to what they're saying. The postman was the running man in Ocarina. As a child, you could find him running around Hyrule Field. As an adult, he would be in the tent next to Gerudo River.
Yeah! Yeah!
Okay, now that he's gone, in fact, actually, we do this, we can get a room If you talk to Anju after the postman comes in on the first day, and tell you have a reservation there. And we can get a room. If you talk to Anju at any point before this, you can't get the room. The good thing is, though, this makes it easier to get in here at night. Because you can come in through the second floor with the Deku flower, but with this key you can just walk in through the door, because the door locks at 8. But with the key we can just get in. Because a gun only goes off when you pull its trigger. Promise to meet her at night. Scandalous. So yeah, with the key we can get in this room. And there's a chest here that just has 100 rupees. So there is, the bank will also give you another reward. I think it's a piece of heart when you hit 1,000 rupees, I think it is. And there's a bunch of places you can get 100 rupees. In town, and you can, doing a few cycles, you can really just end up with that much really quickly. Okay, so it's around 3. The real Chrono should be here downstairs. Or does he arrive later? There he is. So if you talk to Anju between when the postman gives her the letter and before this guy arrives, you can get a room. Oh. So this guy's got some sort of speech impediment. He says Goro very regularly for some reason. So yeah, if you don't take the room, the key, he won't say Chrono Goro, he'll just say Chrono. This guy is always called whatever your character is called. So why are washing machines funny, Bane? I honestly don't actually. Oh, you get a silencer for a gun, fair enough. I didn't see that reply, Professor, I'm sorry. I can't actually think of a response to your joke though, Bane. Let's see if we get anything better for this one. But she should charge regular Link more than Deku Link. 20 rupees. I'm gonna give that like a 4. Again, that was actually weirdly easy. Yeah, 50 rupees is better than Deku Nuts. I think it's with the Goron you can get 4 out of 10. I think it's with the Goron you can get the piece of heart. So yeah, that guy just goes to sleep there. Is there anything else we can do? Now we're just waiting to meet Anju at 11. And then anything other than that we can't do until around 12. Right, the first day. Well, you know me, Ben, I'm a fan of bad puns, but bad jokes? So there is actually another way to speed time along a little more incrementally in the stock potting. Actually, if we get a look at the clock, there's a little bit of interesting stuff here. There's a clock in basically every room, in every building in Clocktown. The clock does actually tell the time pretty accurately. The trick is just figuring out what the time is. The outer wheel that's turning represents minutes. The inner wheel represents hours, and it's going to turn now to 7. So even if you didn't have the clock display, you could tell the time from the clocks, which I think is really neat. Okay, so if we go in here and talk to this woman, this is Anju's grandmother. Oh, she won't actually read us a book after... No. She won't read us a book after after 6 PM, which means we just have to wait. So let's see. Anju said 11:30. She actually won't get to the kitchen until about 12. So she's going to walk around, she'll get to the door at about 8:30. And if you don't have the key, she'll kick you out. But because we do have the key, we get to see her lock the door. And now she's locked the door. Now she's going to bed. There's a bunch of these cow statues around Clocktown. It's actually one of the trivia questions that can pop up during one of the Piece of Heart quests. How many cow figurines are there in Clocktown? Well, all we're doing now is waiting some more. There's bugs in this kitchen. There's a lot of really interesting little tidbits you can get for the characters, which really helps expand the world of this game. Like, for example, Anju, who we were just talking to, is apparently a very bad cook. And her grandmother, who's in the wheelchair in the other room, regularly makes excuses to not eat her cooking, including pretending to be senile. Yeah, we're almost there. Almost 11:30. door's open, she's on her way down. You try to speak with Anju before she gets here, and she'll talk to you in the kitchen. She's only here for a limited time, and she'll only actually give you the details you want if you wear the mask. See, it's actually 12 when she's got here. So, because of our intervention in this cycle, Anju has given us a letter to deliver to Cafe. Want to actually get out, we've got stuff to do now. Without our intervention, she'll actually go to meet Cafe, and on the second day we'll spend the afternoon sat in the laundry room. Not laundry room, what's the the bottom left area of the Clocktown map. And nothing will be accomplished for her. Okay, we get here in time. Yeah, the old woman hasn't come through yet. There you go, 1 o'clock, here she comes. She should be coming. Did I miss her? Did I get the order wrong? Oh, I hope not. Is it 11 it happens? Honestly, through repetition, I did this a lot as a kid, and I guess I've gotten the time wrong on that. This is Termina Field. You only see this cutscene once, the cutscene showing Termina Field, and it's different depending on which of the 4 exits of Clocktown you take, but you only get to see one of them per playthrough. Camaro is still there, so we can get this at least. Oh. Ah. So unlike Alundra, where I was actually having to look up a bunch of the stuff with it because I didn't remember a lot of it, Majora's Mask, I remember most of the stuff we want. I know where to get all the masks off the back of my head. Oh. Ah. So using this, like I said earlier, basically every... Let's see. Basically every mask that you get here that isn't a transformation mask, almost every one of them can be used to get one piece of heart. And right now, if we can get there before the night ends, we can get the piece of heart right now. Yeah, I'm just disappointed in myself that I got the time wrong for the bomb bag lady. Which means we're going to have to do that on another cycle. I was really hoping to get it on this cycle. So these two are dancers with the circus troupe. They can't come up with a dance for the Carnival of Time. Using Kamaro's mask, we can teach them Kamaro's dance. Which also aids Kamaro's spirit, because what he wanted was to teach his dance to the world. I guess there's another piece of heart. I could do RE2 off the top of my head, and RE4. I can do most of RE5 off the top of my head. Laundry pool, that's what it is. We need to go to the laundry pool right now anyway. I want to get the Bremen's mask. But if I miss this, I can get it tomorrow night. Yeah, he's still here. This guy was the windmill guy in Ocarina of Time. Like I say, for me it's 2, 4 and 5 that I'm best at. 2 I'm the best at myself. 4 I'm really good at and I remember most of it. But the big issue with remembering all of 4 is just how long it is. And 5 I remember most of anyway. Although there are some exceptions with the some of the emblems. I forget where a few of them are. Oh, there's that N64 slowdown. To be fair, I'm not entirely sure anybody's that good at Zero, Professor. Let's see, is there anything else for us to do? I don't think so. Which I think means... yeah. If you know what you're doing with Majora's Mask, there is actually a lot of waiting. And here, we're actually going to be waiting until about 2, the second day. I think part of the issue with Zero is the way the two character mechanic works is problematic. The ammo spread isn't great for it because of the two characters. You're almost always going to be using Billy because he can take more damage. There's various issues with Zero that make it very understandable that you're not overly great with it. You know what, we can actually go speed this, so let's talk to Anju's grandmother. I've only played Zero all the way through on GameCube. I've got remaking Zero on PS4, and I've not actually finished either of them on PS4. And honestly, I'm probably never going to beat Zero on PS4. There might be a point, at some point, where I'm just, I don't know, maybe desperate to get a Let's Play out for the series, and I'll throw a load of practice into Zero and then do it. But yeah, I'll have to have exhausted the series to do that. Okay, so this story passes 2 hours. And if you don't have the all-night mask, you fall asleep. If you have the all-night mask, you can hear the entire story. And let's do one more. We'll actually read everything she says when we get the all-night mask, because it's actually how we get a piece of heart to stay awake for the entire story. And beyond that, it does add some interesting background lore, which Majora's Mask is just full of. It's really good. RE3 is a game I'm actually really rediscovering. Like starting with the playthrough I did for the Resident Evil Marathon I did, which was the first time I played it in a good while. And I remember just how fun RE3 can be. And particularly just how tight a lot of its mechanics are. Particularly the way it moves. The movement in RE3 is great. I love it. So the postman turns up soon. There he comes. And the postman is going to ring the bell. And that's going to draw the guy out. The guy comes out to get his mail. We sneak in while the guy's gone. Good. We can ring the bell, but the guy will peek his head out the door and then go right back in and lock the door. Oh, we can't dance. Alright, here it comes again. Hello. So we'll never actually see Cafe as an adult. Doesn't matter what we do, we'll never actually see him as an adult. And Cafe is actually one of the unique character models for this game. Okay, so we've got this. Okay, so like I said, to get everything you have to do the cafe side quest twice. And all comes down to the last item you get for the side quest. There are 2 people you can give it to, and each one of them gives you a different reward. And so you want both rewards, you've got to do them both. And to get one of the rewards, we need a mask that we can't get yet. But the other reward we can get immediately. And as a result... we're gonna do it now to get the reward we can get now, and then we'll do it again later, which is gonna be after we gain access to Ocarina Valley, which is the last area we gain access to. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna have time on the 3rd day. We should do this now. There we go. That's a pea hat. Not as scary as it looks. It'll do a lot of damage if it hits you. But if you can get close so it doesn't, there you go, like a full heart. And it takes a bunch of damage, but the reward for it is worth it. You never played Majora's Mask, really? Oh yeah. That's not good. You know, I really don't want a game over, so we'll come back to this. Ain't having a game over on you. Majora's Mask, you can pick this up now. We're playing this on the Nintendo 64. You can get it on the 64, you can get it on GameCube through the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition, though I wouldn't recommend it. One of these should be a fairy. You can get it on the Wii Virtual Console, you can get it on the Wii U Virtual Console. And you can get it on 3DS, though I personally don't really recommend the 3DS version. I think a bunch of the changes they've made weaken the game. Damn it, I was hoping for more than that. Okay, so... I will say, if you have a hacked 3DS, there is actually a project called the Majora's Mask 3D Restoration Project, which does a bunch to fix the game so it plays more like this version. The speed that Deku Link jumps across the water has been increased. You know what I want to do? That was the wrong way. I did it right the first time before I second guessed myself. But yeah, there's a hack you can get for it if you have either a hacked 3DS or the Citra emulator that does bunch of changes, like increases the speed that Daisy Link will jump across the water with, maps the 3 transformation masks to the D-pad, which is a really nice change that I can't believe Nintendo didn't do. Fixes the Zora's swim speed, because the Zora's swim speed in Majora's Mask 3D is crap. And it does a bunch of nice little quality of life improvements as well. It's worth looking into. But again, you'd need either a hacked 3DS for that, or you'd have to use the Citra emulator. And neither of them is exactly simple to do. Alright, now we're going to get the most important mask in the game here. I think it depends on the actual porting. With the right care, a bunch of games can. I think the Final Fantasy games on Game Boy Advance work great, but they took the care and effort to translate them. Ocarina 3DS I think is fantastic. If there's one criticism the game let you save anywhere to begin with. If there's one criticism I would have for it, it's that when you save and reload the game, as a child you're always going to start at, is there a chicken over here? As a child you always start back at your home in Kokiri Forest, unless you're in a dungeon, and as an adult you always start in the Temple of Time, unless you're in a dungeon. And forgetting that was not fun. For a handheld Zelda game. Tales of the Abyss, the 3DS version, which is the only version we got in Europe, because the PS2 version wasn't released in Europe. That is what I would call a poor handheld conversion, because more than anything, it's the PS2 version stuck onto a handheld. They've made the resolution work, and that's kind of it. In particular, it's a game with voice acting on a handheld system, and they haven't put subtitles on it. Which is stupid. This should be all of them. There we go. I think the Mario games translated somewhat okay. There's the Mario Advance series. The Donkey Kong Country games on Game Boy Advance I think were inferior for a few reasons. One of them being the complete change of the colour palette. And it looks washed out and nasty as a result. I understand why they did it, I don't like it. I will say though, playing Super Mario World on Game Boy Advance is harder than playing it on Super Nintendo because of the screen crunch. Link to the Past plays fine on Game Boy Advance, I've done that a few times. I think it's really more in the quality of the conversion than the actual game itself. And in particular, like, if you're putting a console game on a handheld, give the option to save anywhere, or a quick save. Like, the quick save option in the Final Fantasy Advance games are great. So the bunny hood doubles our speed. You can tell why this is the most important mask we're going to get. And in fact, we're going to take another crack at the pea hat. There we go. I want to get this actually now, while we're not doing anything else. The key to this really is to just stay close to it. It's just going to take a while. I need to get a piece of heart. The Dipman glitch is cool, although having just an option to move faster is really good. Like, if there was one thing I would have loved for them to do in Ocarina 3D, it would have been to give the bunny hug the properties that it had in Majora's Mask. Really nothing here for me. I wanted some money so I could buy the Milk Road map right now. But yeah, for the most part, this is Majora's Mask, doing side quests. You can go through and do the go through and do the main story, but doing the side quests are the meat of the game. And when it comes down to it, like, say, when we get to the Let's Play of this, which is gonna be a while, particularly because I want to do Let's Play of Link to the Past and Ocarina first. We get to the Let's Play of this, and the dungeon, it could be a 30-part playthrough. The dungeons will be maybe 6 parts of that. It's locked. Now, at I think 3 o'clock, that's going to open. 2 or 3. A Link to the Past, defining a 100% playthrough in that. I'm probably, with A Link to the Past, I'm probably going to get all the heart pieces and all the items. That's about as 100% as Link to the Past gets, because there's not really anything beyond that. Ocarina of Time, I'm going to get all the heart containers. I'm not getting all the gold sculptures. Not a chance. Majora's Mask, be very similar to this. It'll be all masks, possibly all heart pieces. I'm not sure yet, but that's for way later. But the main thing we're not going to do is get all the gold sculptures in Ocarina of Time, because no. The gold sculptures in Ocarina of Time, there's 100 of them. They're split between child and adult. There's a bunch of them in dungeons. There's a lot of them, and it's not really worth it. You get rewards for the gold sculptures at 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. And then after that, the next reward you get is at 100. And the reward for it is you get unlimited money. If you ever want money, you can go and talk to the last person who was freed from the curse of the gold sculptures, and he'll fill your wallet up. And there is not a use for that at all. But beyond that, all the heart containers and stuff, yeah, sure. Wait, this opens at 1, doesn't it? It's not 2 or 3. So there's the thing with Majora's Mask. I've said there's a lot of waiting around, there's going to be a lot of waiting around. Even a fully optimized route of this game, getting everything you can as soon as you can to, or in as many pieces as you can, all together, to minimize waiting, still has waiting in it. There goes 1 o'clock, let's go. this guy was the guy at the fishing hole in Ocarina of Time. And now we've got the Keaton mask. Some of the masks are from Ocarina of Time. There's the Keaton mask, the Bunny Hood, and the Mask of Truth are 3 masks that you can get in Ocarina of Time. The other masks, there's the wooden mask and the skull mask aren't in this. And then there's 2 sets of masks. The masks you use in the quest are the Keaton mask, the skull mask, the wooden mask, and the Bunny Hood. The masks on the right side are the Mask of Truth, the Gerudo mask, the Zora mask, the Goron mask. The Zora and Goron masks do reappear in this. They have a different use, of course, than transformation masks. The Gerudo mask does not reappear in this. I'm probably gonna do a 100% on Super Mario World. Like, get the 96 star. Just because I can do that without any real trouble. Because the main issue with doing the 96 star on... See, I want to take this off. Super Mario World is levels with multiple exits that don't lead anywhere. Okay, the expert course. Let's hope I can get this in one try. So the trick with this is you have to do the jump slash. There's 10 logs, and the jump slash gives you 3 points. So you have to hit all 10 logs with jump slash. There we go, perfect. And that's a piece of heart. I'm probably going to 100% the entire Spyro trilogy for the channel. I've already 100%ed the first game. Donkey Kong Country games, no. We already did Super Mario 64, that was a no. Honestly, it's kind of a case-by-case thing. Like, the first Sly isn't... when I get to the first Sly Cube game, that's not going to be 100%, but it's going to be the same run I did for the Platinum. Which is do all the levels and open all the saves. All the safes. I'm not doing the time trials. Okay, so... This letter, we can either give it to the postman, or we can give it to the mayor's wife. The mayor's wife is currently in the milk bar, and I'm pretty sure we can't actually get into the milk bar right now. Unless she's in there now, in which case we might be able to, but we'll do that second time. When it comes to JRPGs for me, most of the time I won't do a 100% run, because by the time I'm getting to the end of a JRPG, I'm usually kind of tired. Can we actually go in the milk bar right now? Yeah, we can. We could have given the, we could have given the letter straight to her. How many heart pieces do we have? We have one more, so that's fine. You know what, might as well actually go in there and listen to the conversation that they're going to have. The milk bar owner is, of course, Talon from Ocarina.
Yeah! Yeah!
And there you go. Now he's going to flee and she's gotten the letter. Well, let me put Cafe's mask on. She should have a response here. There you go, and that's when you give the letter to her. And if you give the letter straight to her, you get a ball for it. But we give it to the postman to take, and we will get another mask. Yeah, there's a similar idea, there's a similar mechanic in Symphony of the Night, the Masamune. Is a sword that becomes stronger when it feeds on blood. If you farm it for a ridiculous amount of time, it can become the most powerful sword in the game. And doing that, we get a piece of heart. And that's another case of the only use for this mask. It's like, we get a look at this. There's a use for the Keaton mask we can get right now, actually. The Bremen mask is only used to get the bunny hood. The Cafe mask is used to initiate the Cafe side quest. The Camaro's mask is only used to teach the dancers the dance. To get the piece of heart. The Great Fairy's mask is used to find fairies in dungeons. And while we've got the time, actually, we might as well do this. Wear the Keaton mask here and cut the bushes. And when they disappear, a Keaton will appear. And the Keaton gives you a trivia contest. What's the name of the song that Romani, the girl at the branch, teaches you? That's Epona's song. How many mailboxes are there in Clocktown? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4? Nope. Well, we failed it. And what we can do is we can either do another cycle, or we can go to Milk Road, and there's another set of bushes we can cut down and try it there. We got some money to deposit though, so let's deposit this money. Okay. In Final Fantasy X, you will probably never see me actually get the ultimate weapons. I might do it again at some point, probably on the Switch version. You'll probably never see it on a stream or a Let's Play from me. It's tedious. so let's try this again. Was there anything else I missed? I'm not sure. Hello. Okay. Epona song. What is the colour of Trunks? What colour of Trunks does Tingle the Mapmaker wear? He wears red. There's a bunch of questions and they'll only ask like 5 random ones. What is Anju, the innkeep, bad at doing? I did mention this earlier actually, she's bad at cooking. What's the name of Anju's father? Tortoise. Which is what Anju's grandmother was calling us. Darmani is of which race? He's a Goron. We haven't met him yet. And there's another piece of note. Honestly, I hate a lot of the grinding you end up having to do in the Final Fantasy games for that crap. Kimari's Sigil. The dodging the lightning is always the one I remember the most for being the worst. Final Fantasy 14, if there's one thing I really hated about 14, it was the grind for the relic weapons to get the Atma weapon. And now the Atma weapon's worthless. It's been worthless for years, actually. Yeah, the Atma weapon's been worthless for years, and it's been supplanted by more grind for other improved versions of the weapon. Ugh. You know, one thing I actually do wonder about, is like the ultimate weapons. Were the ultimate weapons in the original version of Final Fantasy X, or were they added for the international version that we got? Any idea about that, Bane? Yeah, I think the woman comes out at 11 and I should have gone here before going to the inn. Not too sure. You know, let me check it while we're waiting, actually. I'm not seeing any information. Where is the old woman? I'm not seeing any information that says they weren't in the original version, which makes me think, I wonder if anybody who played the HD version, because America didn't get the international version until the HD remaster came out. It's like, I wonder if any American played the HD version, forgot to get that one piece for Tidus's weapon from the room where you fight Unalesca, and then went back to get it later. Here we go. She arrives at 12, not 1. Yeah, and like forgot to get the piece of Tidus's weapon from the room where you fight Unalesca, and then was very surprised. Get going. Fun fact: if you have the bow or the hook shot, you can shoot him, and it explodes the bomb bag. There's actually a glitch with this mask. Like we've put it on. It's essentially a bomb on our face. And using it, we have a bomb. But it will damage us. However, there's a glitch with it. Raise your shield and then explode. And there you go. You don't actually take any damage because your shield's raised. But if you haven't played the HD version though, Bane, I recommend the HD version. It looks really good. It looks really nice. If you get it on PS4 or Switch or PC, you have the option of the original soundtrack or the arranged soundtrack, and it's really nice. They're both really nice in their own way. It's really worth checking out the HD version if you haven't already. But yeah, in the international version, because America got the original version of Final Fantasy X. By the time we got it, the international version had come out in Japan with a bunch of the extras like the Dark Aeons and Penance. So we got that version, and if you don't get it's the Sun Crest. If you don't get the Sun Crest the first time, if you go back for it later, Dark Bahamut is in the way. And that's a fun fight. Okay, so here we go. We're probably not actually going to get to the first dungeon tonight. Let's check out the bomb shop. I don't think you actually find a bomb bag in this game. You have to buy it. And because we saved the old lady, they've got the big bomb bags in stock. Hello. The big bomb bag. And we don't even get the standard, we just immediately get the big. If you don't save the old woman, and the thief gets away with the bag, Then the big bomb bag will appear in the curiosity shop here. On the second night, I think. Oh, I can believe that. No, I didn't want to deposit. Okay, let me take out 10 root. Damn it. And there gets to be a point where you really need to just say no to trying to continue. Especially if you kind of stopped enjoying it. Like I said previously, that's the problem I had with Dragon Age Inquisition. I was really losing interest in that game. I had to stop doing all the side stuff that was just blurring together and finish the frigging game. And I've still not done the Trespasser DLC. I can believe that. I wonder what the upper limit is actually for the Switch counter. Because the Switch will track how many hours you played a game for. And I think somebody did find the upper limit, but I don't remember what it is. You know what? This might not be a bad idea, actually. Let me, do this, and we'll be back here in a minute. Yeah, we did hit that. Okay, good. I can tell you one thing, for the eventual playthrough Shaun, I'll do Final Fantasy X, like we keep going long enough, I'll end up doing 10. I honestly don't know if I'm going to be doing penance or not. Here we go, Romani's Ranch, which was cheaper because we bought it here. Alright, so what we're going to do now is just waste a bit of time. There's an enemy out here that's very unique. It's that bird. That bird will take a lot of hits. If it hits you, it will steal money. If you kill it, it will drop 200 rupees. So, can I do more damage using the blast mask? And I'm going to have to not Z-target for this, actually. It's not ready yet. Okay, now it's ready. Use a flash grenade. So this is a screen effect that happens as the clock counts down to morning. It's not disorienting at all. Especially when it happens during a fight. Yeah, this thing will take a lot of damage, but if you kill it, it drops 200 rupees. shield out there. I was holding the wrong button. Get back here. Go away, Keys. I hope this is fun. Overall, it's not really worth dealing with this thing for 200 rupees. I really just want to show it off and show off what a 200 rupee looks like. Didn't have time to raise my shield. But yeah, considering you can get 200 rupees actually really easily in town, you really shouldn't end up at a point where you need the rupees. Come on. There we go. Bam, 200 rupees. Now we're going to try and actually get to the entrance to the first dungeon before we call it a night. First, we have a cutscene. Cutscenes in my Zelda game? So this cutscene is really the story of how Tattle and Tail met the Skull Kid. Like I said earlier, Skull Kid is one of the 5, I think, it's 5, characters in Majora's Mask that is also in Ocarina of Time. Because this Skull Kid is one of the specific Skull Kids that you can meet in the game. In particular, it's the Skull Kid that you give the Skull Mask to for the Mask side quest. Alright, let's go. Let me put this on here. This is actually the first time the Choo-Choos appear in 3D. And they have a very different appearance when they reappear in Wind Waker. The appearance they took in Wind Waker has been the appearance they've really stuck to since in in both 3D and 2D. So, Woodfall now, because we're actually at Woodfall, 20 rupees. Like I said, only buy the maps when you're at the area you're going to use them for. One thing I do like is, like, we get a look at the map screen, and more of the map becomes visible when you buy the maps. Which honestly is my big incentive for buying them. Do this. Anyway. Okay, there's still some geese around. There you are. Let's just get up here and there's a piece of heart. Now we're actually getting to the swamp. And you know what? It's actually been a long time since I've done this on the second day. And I completely forgot to use the Song of Inverted Time to slow time down. Yeah, I mentioned earlier, like, the speed of crossing the swamp on the lily pads. And this, doing this is actually very important in the upcoming dungeon. And with Majora's Mask 3D, the 3DS version, changing, like, really slowing down the speed. For which AQ Link jumps off when you do the spin, it really does make a lot of the jumps far harder than they should be. Okay, so here we go. Woods of Mystery. Now the woods have different configurations each day. It works basically like the Lost Woods in the original in Ocarina of Time. But each day they have a different configuration. I remember the configuration for the first day, not for the second or third. So we're going to have to follow the monkey. In reality, the Woods of Mystery are actually a 3x3 grid. There's only 9 rooms. But which path you take to get to the other rooms changes each day. Okay, so now we've found her, we can go back to the other sister. And you probably recognise these two as the witches from Ocarina of Time. Kumi and Kotake. we got a bottle and red potion as well. Now, when I was younger, it took me ages to figure out how to actually give her the red potion, because the actual method of giving somebody an item, which is used way more in this than in Ocarina, changed for this game. So I just ended up standing in front of her and drinking the red potion a lot. Took me ages to figure out this is actually how you do it. But yeah, Kumi and Kotake were the bosses of the Spirit Temple in Ocarina of Time. In this, they're just... they run the potion shop and the swab tour. And so that's our quest, and now we have to find their brother who tried to get into the temple. No, I don't need to go there. There we go. Yeah, we need to rescue... Is it Kume we rescued? We need to rescue her so that we can go on the boat tour. We get the pictograph box. The first time it appears, it reappears in Wind Waker and is the focus of the most irritating side quest in the entire series. So we need the boat tour to actually get to the Deku Palace. That's where we went to get to the potion shop, and further down here the water starts being poisonous. And also there's a big octo in the way that we can't get past. And the boat just kills it. And that's how we get past it. But yeah, now the water's poisonous. Yeah. Yes, I am. I like the theme in the Deku Palace. Hello, good sirs. I am too a fellow Deku. And I'm going to use the pictograph box. That should do. What's this about a princess? Rescuing princesses. My speciality. Unlike Pokemon Snap, you can only take one picture at a time. Yep. Okay, so one of these two pathways will take us to the bean cellar. I do not remember which one it is. The good news is the other pathway will take us to the other pathway will take us to a piece of heart. Got a kidnapped princess in your DQ palace. Who you gonna call? Someone else. If you do this at night, you can actually see the sight lines from the DQs. He somehow saw me through a boulder. So we're going to do it at night just to make things easier. There's also another piece of heart I could have gotten in town. I forgot about. How many are we on? 2. Right. Yo guys, I've been stood out here all day, I'll be back in. Oh, actually, let's show off a little Easter egg. Oh no! I wanted to read that sign. And now it's fixed. Yeah, now that it's night, we can see the sight lines. One thing I will give credit to Majora's Mask 3D for, it makes getting to the bean salesman a lot easier. It makes something with the bean salesman easier. It might just be because the spring water you need is right next to him. I forget exactly. Oh, I guess this was the right way. No, this was the wrong way. Alright. Okay, so here's some spring water. Here's the bean cellar. That's right, it makes it easier because there's a second entrance to this place. You don't have to go through the gardens. You can just come in from outside the palace. Okay, so let's go. That's right, I'm good at Metal Gear Solid. So what we want to actually do is go outside. Outside the palace to plant the bean. Like I said, the way that you go, the way that the bean cellar is, the other way leads to a piece of heart. Right there. Awesome. It's 3. Oh no, you've caught me. Whatever will I do? Alright, let's go this way. So that's basically how the lily pad jumping goes in Majora's Mask 3D. Basically like this. Where you're barely going to make it. Make that one. Oh, we just did. Sweet. Okay, so we plant the bean here. Pour some spring water on it. And it becomes a bean platform. Now we have to fly over all of the guards. Made this part easier in Majora's Mask 3D as well for some reason. By having the platforms not actually move when you are not. Yo, somebody catch me. But yeah, the platforms don't move until you're on them in Majora's Mask 3D. Not sure why they changed that in the remake, because it's not as though the sequence is that hard to begin with. I say that, and the reason I failed is because I forgot there was a deck instruction. You want to actually aim at them before you dive down. Oh, here's another change. This bridge, which is just over the hallway, has walls on it so you can't just walk off. I gotta say, this is so much better playing this on an N64 than the Virtual Console. better with the actual 64. Whereas if you're doing it on the virtual console, you're playing with a controller that's a lot more sensitive. The analog stick is a lot more sensitive than the 64 analog stick was. And the C buttons are matched to the analog stick, and that's its own problem. Now we're inside the prison cell. So the trick here is to pull out your ocarina, but specifically do it as Deku Link, so you pull out the Deku pipes. So Koji Kondo, when talking about the ocarina songs in this game, said it was actually really hard to come up with new songs for the ocarina because he did everything he could really think of. Because you have 5 notes for the ocarina. You have A, left, up, right, down. It's 5 notes. He did everything he thought he could do with that in Ocarina of Time. And so he had a real struggle to think of, to actually come up with new songs for the ocarina for this game. And it's probably a good part of the reason why a bunch of the songs are actually returning from Ocarina of Time. Like, there's the Song of Time, there is Epona's song, Song of Storms returns. The Song of Healing is actually just Saria's song backwards. In terms of the notes that you play. So yeah, the Song of Healing is left, right, down. Saria's song was down, right, up. Down, right, left. So as far as the notes go, it's actually just Saria's song reversed. Of course, there is the reverse Song of Healing, which is a very popular thing in Creepypasta, but that's not playing the Song of Healing, that's not playing Saria's song, it's playing the specific Song of Healing in reverse, so the notes just sound wrong. And so we're actually going back in to see what the punishment the monkey gets is. So they're dipping him in boiling water from the looks of it. Now we go this way. And we can head to the temple. Well, watch out for those things. Come on. want to get you as well. Like, these things catch you in mid-flight, they're just going to knock you down. And the issue is getting back up here from down there. Now let's see if we can make this. Make. So yeah, just jumping out of Deku Flower like that will pretty much kill anything that's above you. Anything that can be above you will die if you do that. Nothing that can actually get above you when you're in a Deku Flower will survive it. Hello! So this isn't actually the owl from Ocarina of Time. And we get a new song, which is actually a pretty important song. So in Ocarina of Time, we had 6 warp songs. Each one took us to a different place. In Majora's Mask, we have 1 warp song, and each one will take us to an owl statue we've activated. And like the Song of Soaring is one of the main songs you can really feel that Koji Kondo was struggling for ideas for the Ocarina songs. Alright, move forward. And into Woodfall. Alright, let's go. Yeah, the way. Yeah, it works out, I guess. There we go. Falling into the swamp almost took like a quarter heart. Get out of the way. Take the mask off, hit this owl statue. Put the mask back on, because there's other stuff I want to do here before we actually go anywhere. Like get that chest. Because there's a piece of heart around here and I forget if it's this chest. Nope. Where is that thing? Come on, Chris. There we go. This chest. That's another heart container. Is it? Yep. Okay. So let's head back to Clock Town. There's one thing I want to do actually before we call it here. I want to get that piece of heart that I could have gotten earlier that I didn't. If you went to the post office at a specific time... Damn it. That means we can't get it now. Right, let's deposit the money. You know what I forget, actually? Is it after midnight that I want to go in there? Let's give it a try. Yep. This building here is the lottery shop. You can buy a ticket. There's 3 lotteries. One on the first day, one on the second day, one on the third day. You buy a ticket, you pick 3 numbers, try to guess the right numbers. Oh no, I guess I can't. Alright. You buy a ticket, you guess 3 numbers. If you win, you get, I think, 50 rupees. The numbers are always the same in the site. The numbers are randomised, but once you've gone through them, they're always going to be the same in your save game. So once you know them, you can go back on the 3-day cycle and pick the right numbers every time. But it's only like 50 rupees. I think it's really worth it. I think you pay like 10 or 20 rupees to actually try it. Yes. Okay, so can we go in there and do this now? I want to check that. I want to go in. Is he doing it? Is he doing it? Yes. What's the time frame for this? Actually, let me check the schedule. Just the evening. Alright. So we talk to him while he's doing this.
Yeah.
So we're going to give it a try. Okay. Hit hit the button at the precise moment you think hit 10 on the dot, okay? You can all praise me now for that, for getting that first time, which I didn't expect to do, actually. I think that should be everything for the postman, actually. Let's see... Yeah, postman is done. They're done. He's done. He's done. He's done. Those are... need the all-night mask for that. That is delivering the letter to her instead of the postman at the end. She's done. I think with him it's buying the all-night mask. Can't finish those yet. Alright. There's actually a trick to this anyway. If you wear the bunny hood, which I didn't know this actually for a long time. If you wear the bunny hood, there's actually a different stipulation for this. Okay, so you do it for 10 seconds, but there is one difference. Yeah. The difference is the timer doesn't disappear when you have the bunny hood on. And I did not know that. So I've always done it without actually having the timer. And really what I do is, like, it gives you, it gives you 3 seconds. Gives you 3 seconds, and it's like... And after that, I time it in my head until we hit 10. And then, bam. And I usually get it, like, the second or third time. But I actually get it the first time there, I was actually really happy with that. And now... we are going to save it, and we're going to call it a session. But we're not going to call it a session from this save. We're going to make a quick save. Okay, and we will use the Song of Soaring. Okay, and we're going to talk to the owl statue. Okay. In fact, let's read all of this. Okay. When you save your progress and quit here, when you reselect your file, my face will appear next to your file name. This indicates the next time you reopen your file, you'll resume playing at this very place and time with your current status. Warning, if you reopen this owl file and then reset without saving an owl statue, you'll lose this progress you've saved here. Next time you open the file, you'll restart at day 1 with the status you had when you last saved using the Song of Time. Like I say, you can't save with the owl statues in the original Japanese version. In Majora's Mask 3D, they changed the way this works. The song, you don't save when you use the Song of Time. You save at owl statues and they're not quick saves. And there's also extra statues that exist just to save at. Which I do think is a good idea for a portable game. We'll save this here. and we'll call it. And that's it for tonight, people. I want to thank everybody who joined the stream. I always appreciate the support. Thank you very much. Special thanks to Bane and Professor Snape for keeping me company in the chat. Thank you, guys. I always appreciate that. We will be back with Majora's Mask on Sunday, 8 PM Greenwich Mean Time, GMT, and we're going to be immediately going into the first dungeon. We've been playing this for about 3 hours, and we are about ready to go into the first dungeon. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever actually seen this. It usually shows off Clock Town in this sequence. But this is Romani's Ranch. This is the Gerudo Fortress. This is the Ocarina Graveyard. Yeah, I've not seen this before. I didn't know it had alternate little sequences for the title. So I've seen the Clock Tower one, I didn't know it had others. This is Clock Town. And are we going to look up at the moon here? Yeah, the music's fading away. It's going to transition into Majora's theme. Yeah. Well, that was an interesting note to end on. But yeah, once again, thank you to everybody for watching the stream. I really appreciate it. Special thanks to Bane and Professor Snape in the chat for chatting. Always appreciate that, guys. Thank you. We're back on Sunday, 8 PM Greenwich Mean Time, GMT, where we'll be continuing with Majora's Mask, and we will be heading directly into Woodfall Temple. We'll be heading directly into Woodfall Temple, and that should be fun. But in the meantime, thank you for watching, have yourselves a fantastic time of day, and I'll see you all next time.